Foothills.
Mr. Speaker, 100,000 jobs have been lost in the energy sector since this government came to power. The NDP said it plans on creating 100,000 jobs in this year's budget. But Albertans are wondering, is the minister planning on recovering the 100,000 jobs that have already been lost under the weight of low oil prices and this government's risky policies? Or is the minister planning on creating 100,000 new jobs, that means 200,000 jobs in total, using the divine powers he granted himself through Bill 1?
Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll thank the member, the official opposition, for finally recognizing.
Of order.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, there is.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to begin from the top here. So I'll begin by thanking the member for finally acknowledging that it is the international price of oil that is having a massive impact on Alberta families, on workers, on our budget. But unlike the opposition, our government isn't about to make matters worse. Our Alberta Jobs budget is investing in Albertans. We're investing in small, medium-sized businesses. We've made monies available. We have 2 tax credits that we're rolling out, Mr. Speaker, and a series of initiatives.
Your first supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, I have been trying to get answers for Albertans about when and where exactly these 100,000 jobs will be created. Given that the Labour Minister told us to ask the Infrastructure Minister, who told us to ask the Finance Minister, who, like the Trade Minister, don't have any real answer for me. To the Premier, the buck stops with you. When and where will these 100,000 jobs be created? Albertans want to know the specific details.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I'll try to outline it yet again for the honourable member. First of all, we have the 100,000 jobs over 3 years. We're investing $34 billion in infrastructure over 5 years. We have the $500 million petrochemical diversification program. We have $10 million to restore the STEP program that the former government cut. We have $165 million in an investor tax credit and a capital investment tax credit. We have $25 million in new funding to the Alberta Enterprise Corporation that's going to be investing in Alberta-based companies. We have $35 million to attract and support new businesses through regional economic development models and a series of...
Honourable Member, the second supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, I didn't get the answer, but here is a common sense plan that doesn't cost any public dollars. There are 3 shovel-ready pipeline projects ready to go that would create tens of thousands of jobs for Albertans. The NDP has finally started to support the Wild Rose position for pipelines in every direction. But talk is cheap, Mr. Speaker, and actions speak louder than words. What has the government specifically done to get the construction of these pipeline projects underway and get the people back to work?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, while the official opposition talks, our government is doing. And so I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, that through our robust climate leadership plan, we have already been making headway as far as getting pipeline approvals. I will remind the House that the Premier and the Minister of Energy have been champions of getting pipelines both east and west, and as opposed to jumping up and down and trying to play politics between the Government of Alberta with the Government of Canada, we choose to work collaboratively with them, Mr. Speaker, and I can tell you that we've already made more progress than the previous government did in 40 years getting a pipeline to Taiwan.